Okay, so my whole purpose today is to try and dumb everything down. So the whole idea is you want to dumb everything down. You want to try and make it as simple as possible. And when you try to diet and overcomplicate things, that's where everybody seems to make mistakes. Your body needs food to function. If you don't eat food, you can't expect your body to burn fat. You are putting your body in survival mode, and it's going to try and hold on to every last bit of whatever it has left instead of releasing into your bloodstream to be used as energy. Now, when you provide just a little bit of food and then you go and burn that, your body's going to tap into that food you just ate, but then it's going to look for more carbs in the body, and then it's going to attack all the stuff that you've eaten previously, okay? But you got to stoke that fire, and you got to get that fire going. If you never get that metabolism of that fire going, everything you put in then is basically just going to sit on a dead fire, okay? So we get a lot of people that they won't eat all day long. They're like, oh, I'm dieting, I'm not eating, and then they eat this big meal at night, because they can't control what they've eaten because they haven't eaten all day, and because there's no plan. It's just, I'm not going to eat, then I am going to eat. So when you do stuff like that, your body doesn't know that that's your game plan, all right? There's no like button that you can press to say, hey, I'm not going to eat all day and burn this shit that I eat tonight, all right? It just doesn't work that way. You either got to stoke the fire and keep it going, or you just don't eat ever, all right? And that's called fasting, and that's another day at another time, all right? So the whole idea, guys, I want you to start thinking of food as fire. This is how we've done the analogy the last couple times we've done it. And I'm going to draw some awesome drawings in a few seconds. But what I want you to think about is like sticks, newspaper, lighter fluid. That's your fuel. That's your carbohydrates. Okay? So I want you to think of carbohydrates as what you start the fire with. All right? Now, everybody knows like the logs that you get from Home Depot, or if anybody's lived up north, the logs that you get delivered to your house, it's cut up and all that stuff. So that would be like your protein. That's your most efficient. It burns a long time. It doesn't smoke very much. It lasts a good amount of time, and it's not just quick on, quick off. Okay? So protein's going to last in your system a bit. So the next thing you want to think about is, can you take a lighter, even a blowtorch, and light a log on fire? No, it doesn't happen. So what you have to do is you have to have a little bit of those carbohydrates, or a little bit of those sticks, a little bit of that fuel to heat it up enough. Then that log will burn for hours and hours and hours, but it can't do it on its own. You've got to give it a reason to attack the fire, okay? So that's kind of your first part, is when you're looking at your morning, you want to try and front load your carbohydrates to where you're having, even if it's just fruit, even if it's just oatmeal, even if it's just something, but along with a protein as soon as you start your day, okay? So that could be 6 o'clock, that could be 8 o'clock, or for some people that do intermittent fasting, that might not be till noon or 1. But your first meal of the day, you should throw in some carbohydrates and some protein, okay? Jumpstart that fire. The next part I want you to think about is a wet log. And everybody knows how they've had like a big bonfire, they spray it all down at the end of the night, there's no fire left, you wake up the next morning, it's still smoldering, and you're like, what the hell? Like, how is that thing still burning? That's your wet log, that's your fats. So what I want you to think about is fats. Is this going to burn a really long time? It's not going to be very efficient, and that's what the smoke is, but it's going to hold you over for an extended period of time, more than the protein and more than the carbs, okay? Was that the most Barneyed version of nutrition we've ever done?
No, I actually get it.
I like that.
That's it, guys. That's it. Now let's figure out how to put it into your day. So instead of talking about what protein does and how many calories and how much this and how much that, let's dumb it down. Let's get this master of just getting food in, burning it, food in, burning it, and then you can get better and better from there, okay?